Gentlemen, welcome to Chapter 2 of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The title of this chapter is called Desire. And this is not a study on the chapter itself as much as it is what I got out of the chapter, how I applied it to my life, and I'm sharing ideas with you how you can apply it to your life. So let's get started. There are four key takeaways that I found in this chapter for myself. Number one, the power of a clear, definite goal in our lives. Number two, the importance of commitment and sacrifice. Number three, the desire basically transformed into action. And number four, the role of belief in our lives in overcoming adversity. These are the things we're going to dive into today. So let's dive into the power of a clear, definite goal. And here's what I learned reading this particular chapter about a clearly defined goal. Okay, number one, clear goals drive action. Remember Barnes? I told you about his story. It continues in this chapter. Barnes' goal to work with Edison, it was specific and clear. He didn't want to work for him. He wanted to be a partner. It wasn't just a vague wish. It was a clear, specific goal. This clarity is what fueled his actions and kept him focused, helping him overcome the challenges that came in his way from accomplishing this. Number two, specific goals provide direction. If you have a well-defined goal, it acts like a roadmap for you, guiding decisions and efforts. And what it does, it eliminates uncertainty, which we don't like. And it helps people create a plan that aligns with their purpose. And this is what leads to our success. That's why specificity is so important. And the third thing I learned is clarity builds motivation and resilience. Clear goals inspire us. It inspired me to keep pushing forward, even when I face setbacks. And like I said, setbacks have to come because it's going through these that teach us to grow as people. Knowing exactly what we want gives us the determination to stay on track and reach the objectives we have in life. For what? Why are we going through this? Because we have legacies we want to build. And this information I learned helped me dive deeper and brings up the question that we're going to answer today. How do I define a clear, specific goal that will keep me focused and motivated, even when I face challenges and setbacks? Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to define our ultimate objective clearly and specifically. So write down a specific goal that really resonates with you, such as, I want to increase my monthly income by 30% within 6 months by building a side business. Ensure your goal is specific and measurable so that you can provide clarity on what you really want to achieve. Set the timeline for your goal because this is going to create a clear guide for the actions that you're going to take. You know, you got to take certain actions at certain times to get things done at certain time limits. So number one, define your ultimate objective very clearly and very specifically. After you've done that, you're going to break down this goal into manageable milestones, or you can call these mid-range goals if you'd like. So break down your main goal into smaller, achievable steps that are going to be manageable. Then and only then are you going to able to define daily and weekly actions that you can take that we will call tasks. Then set specific milestones, such as researching potential business ideas within the next 2 weeks, something like that. These are the time elements on stuff. And when you reach them, it helps you celebrate these small wins. These small wins that you celebrate show that you're progressing forward and there is progress. And when you have progress, this is what keeps you motivated. So number two, break that big goal down into more manageable mid-range goals or milestones, whichever terminology you want to use. And then the third thing we need to do is we need to visualize our goals daily and take consistent action. This is so important because every day our real fight is against the rat race, which wants to distract us from achieving our goal and try to keep us in our own little safe world. We don't want to go there. We got things we want to do. We have legacies we want to build that are not in our world now. In order for it to get in our world, we got to move those limitations out that we've set there that we have today. They've got to go. And in order to do that, we've got to stay focused. So one of the actions we take is to visualize things on a regular basis. It's kind of like a reminder, right? So spend a few minutes each day visualizing your goal. I like doing it in the morning as already achieved. Focus on how it feels and how it changes your life. Then reinforce your purpose and maintain focus throughout your daily visualization practice. Don't be afraid to take a couple minutes here or there, maybe while you're driving. There's a lot of in-between time, and just visualize for 15 seconds here or there. But make it a practice that you know where you're going and what you're doing. And then take at least one action every day. This should not be hard, no matter how small it is, because you're going to be planning your day. We'll get into more of that later on, but planning your day will help you write down the actions you need to take to bring that dream to life, because this is what's going to bring you closer to the goal. Taking action, staying on track, overcoming obstacles. So, my friends, doing these things will answer the question, how do I define a clear, specific goal that will keep me focused and motivated even when I face challenges and setbacks? So let's dive deep into the second thing I learned, the importance of commitment and sacrifice. Barnes demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to his goals. He burned bridges. He left no room for failure, and highlighting the principles of success often requires significant sacrifice. So think about this. If you want to build a legacy, what are you willing to do to build that legacy? I often have this little phrase I use. When I do something, I'm going to jump off a cliff with no strings attached, and I'll either fly or splat on the ground. So burn bridges, you guys. Burn your bridges and do what you want and focus on success and nothing less. That's number one I learned. Second thing I learned is true dedication involves investing our time, comfort, and resources into our aspirations. We've got to invest everything into it. Are we just going to be comfortable, or are we going to focus on building the things that we want? We've got to emphasize the need of total commitment. I mean, absolute total commitment to achieve our dreams, or I'm telling you, they will not come true. That's the second thing I learned. The third thing I learned is when we eliminate our fallback options, we foster that mindset where failure, by failure, I mean here quitting totally, is not an option. Enhancing our focus and effort paves the way to success. So, all or nothing attitude, friends. You want something, all or nothing attitude. And that brings up a question that we're going to answer. So, let's dive deeper into this question. How do I fully commit my goals by sacrificing comfort and eliminating fallback options? The first thing we do is we eliminate distractions and create a no plan B mindset. When we identify distractions that divert our focus from our main goal, such as what? Excessive time on your phone for social media, or using unrelated side projects. We got to identify these things first. Okay, then the second thing we do is either limit or eliminate completely these distractions so that we stay committed to our primary objectives. Then number three, fully commit to your goal by removing any fallback options. Don't say, well, I'm going to try this and see if it works. It's like, no. Commit 100%. Push yourself to find solutions when you face obstacles. You're going to live or die by this. And I'll tell you what, you are not going to die. The second thing we need to do is set a time-bound commitment and be willing to sacrifice your comfort to get things done. Choose a specific time frame so that you are fully committed to your goal, such as 6 months to a year, okay? When you do this, now you're going to do what it takes to get it done in this time set. So be prepared to make sacrifices. Like what? Sometimes you might have to work late. Sometimes you might have to cut out unnecessary spending or reduce hobbies that you have, because there's something that you're trying to get to in a certain time period, and you're going to do what it takes to get there. And then the third thing is remember that these, quote, temporary sacrifices are linked to your success to maintain focus and motivation during tough times. These are all temporary sacrifices that you are making within a certain time frame to get things done. So that's how we set time-bound commitment to be willing to sacrifice comfort. And the third thing we need to do is revisit our commitment daily, because we've got to reinforce our dedication. This all goes to the idea of being able to get rid of distractions so that we're focused daily and intentional in everything we do. Daily, my friends, remind yourself of your commitment and the sacrifices that you are choosing to make to get where you want to go. Take some time, meditate, reflect on the importance of your goal, of what success will mean for you and for your loved ones as you build this legacy, right? Consistently review your commitment to stay aligned with your purpose and maintain motivation during your challenges. This is number 3, and doing these three things will answer the question, how do I fully commit to my goals by sacrificing comfort and eliminating fallback options? Okay, let's dive deep into the third thing I learned, which is desire transformed into action. This is fascinating to me. Transforming desire into results requires actionable steps beyond just mere wishing that most people do, including setting specific financial targets, planning, and visualizing success consistently. This is what it takes, you guys. Because of that, we really need a systematic approach to our dreams, to our aspirations. This helps us stay focused and keeps us motivated, providing that clear path from an abstract desire to literally concrete outcomes. This is so important. Again, I'm going to say that again, from abstract desire to concrete outcomes. Combining this intense desire with strategic planning creates a powerful dynamic and increases the likelihood of our remarkable achievements, of us as men building our legacy. And this, my friends, brings up a question that we are going to dive deeper into. How do I turn my desire into action by setting clear goals, creating a strategic plan, and consistently visualizing success? Okay, the first thing we do is we translate our desires into clear, measurable goals. As I told you guys this before, you're going to hear a lot of repetition through this. And as you do, and as you study this, and as you see this, you're going to understand patterns develop, which is there is an equation to success. So turn your desire into a specific goal. Define exactly what you want, such as, I want to earn $100,000 in the next 12 months. Instead of just saying, I want to become wealthy. That doesn't work. Set a target with a deadline and attach a specific amount and timeline to create your urgency and your commitment. That timeline is extremely important because you're going to do what it takes to get that done within that timeline. Then, my friends, measure your progress regularly. Break your goal into smaller milestones, or mid-range goals is what I like to call them too, and check on your progress. Track yourself. This keeps you motivated and it helps you adjust your strategy as needed as you see your progress moving forward. So that's number 1. After you've done that, the second thing we do is we develop a step-by-step action plan and stick to it. So break those mid-range goals or milestones into smaller steps. Identify specifically daily and weekly tasks, sometimes even monthly tasks that are going to move you closer to your target. Create realistic schedules. Allocate time to each task and ensure your plan is achievable yet challenging. Then, my friends, stick to the plan every day. Write stuff down, review your progress, follow your schedule consistently. Make your adjustments as needed while keeping your ultimate objective in sight. This will keep you going. That's number 2. And number 3, visualize success daily and use it as your motivational tool. You've seen this throughout, right? Why? Because we've got to remind ourselves daily we fight that rat race to distract us off our goal. Visualizing your success daily, spend a few minutes each day. Imagine your success in detail, what it looks like. I do this 2 or 3 times a day, and this helps me focus on a daily basis on my outcome. Consider the impact of what it has on your life, what it has on others. Think of your legacy like this. Think about how your success affects not only you, but those around you. This will reinforce your desire to achieve it. And finally, strengthen your motivation through visualization. The more vividly you visualize success, the more driven you will be to take consistent action toward it. So that is number 3. And if you do these 3 things, it will answer this question for you. How do I turn my desires into action? By setting clear goals, creating a specific plan, and consistently visualizing my success. Okay, let's dive deep into the 4th thing I learned, and that is the role of belief in us overcoming adversity in our lives, which is important because it's going to come, it's supposed to. There is a great story in this part of chapter 2, and it talks about a father's unwavering belief in his son's potential. This fostered resilience and self-reliance. Just incredible when you read this chapter. It also talked about strong belief in ourselves empowers us to overcome significant challenges and persistent despite adversity in our lives. And then it helps us cultivate a mindset of belief and optimism, and this can transform our circumstances and help us achieve our goals. That's what I learned about this part. Now, that brings up the last question we want to answer from this chapter. So we're going to dive deeper into this question. How do I cultivate a strong belief in my abilities to help me overcome challenges and stay resilient in the face of adversity? Well, the first thing I learned to do is to adopt a daily affirmation practice, and this reinforces self-belief. So, my friends, start each day with a positive affirmation. Write down statements like, you know what, I am capable of overcoming any challenge. Something that resonates with your goals, anything like that. Repeat the affirmations every morning. Take a moment to say them out loud to set a positive tone for the day, and use it with feeling. Don't rattle them off in words, but speak them from the heart, speak them from the mind, and use these affirmations to boost your own confidence. Remind yourself of these statements, especially when you're facing challenges. This will strengthen your mindset and give you, that resilience you need to bounce back and solve the problem, adapt to the situation, be creative to find a solution. So that's number 1. The second thing you can do is reflect on your past successes. This will build confidence during really hard times. You've succeeded quite a bit in the past, so reflect on your past achievements. You're going to be facing setbacks. Think about the challenges that you've overcome and successes you had. You may find that you've gone through harder things than you're facing right now. This will really help. So document your successful experiences. I do this when I write in my journal. Write down your achievements and let these serve as reminders to you when you need to be resilient. Listen, we're just human. We're going to feel like giving up sometimes. That's just part of humanity. This is the type of stuff we need to do to help us break through when we just want to give up. So use these reminders to boost your self-belief. Revisit the list when you face obstacles to reinforce your confidence. Because like I said, you'll find that, I went through stuff harder than this. I can get through this. There's no reason I can't. Very important. Number 2, reflect on past successes. This is going to build your confidence during difficult times. And the third thing you need to do is surround yourself with supportive and like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with people that support you. Engage with mentors, coaches, or even just friends who encourage you your own personal growth, and your own self-belief. Build a strong, supportive network. This is important to keep that energy level high. We are community people. We are not meant to go by ourselves. So connect with people who inspire you, who want you to stay optimistic, especially during tough times, you guys. We need this. I know I do sometimes. So don't be afraid to learn from other successful people and spend time with those who have overcome adversity. This is going to motivate you and strengthen your resilience. So if you do these three things, it will help you answer the question, how do I cultivate a strong belief in my abilities to help me overcome challenges and stay resilient in the face of adversity? So, my friends, in summary of Chapter 2 of Think and Grow Rich, it stresses that desire is vital to success. It emphasizes the need for clear goals, commitment, and sacrifice, along with actionable steps and a strong self-belief. These elements working together help transform just desire into results, and it empowers us to persist through challenges and creates that framework for achieving our aspirations or making that legacy that we want to build come to life. Okay, my friends, that was chapter 2. In chapter 3, it's all about faith. What is faith? It is the visualization of the belief in attaining that which we desire, our legacy. So go watch chapter 3.